Hi, welcome to the Forecasting for Success podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Brie. I'm a doctor of psychology, financial educator, astrologer, and founder of Forecasting for Success, a community of people improving their financial literacy to achieve financial independence. I blend my expertise as a former professor and financial intelligence analyst with the tool of astrology to help break down why you are struggling with specific money habits and the best way to form more intentional responses and choices when it comes to money, especially to help you feel more secure in your financial decisions and improve your money skills for building long-term wealth. Welcome back to the Forecasting for Success podcast. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review the show. And if you're wondering where to get started when it comes to getting your money in order and improving your financial situation, you can go to forecastingforsuccess.com/free-resources to take my free financial personality quiz, and I'll send you a personalized money plan for wherever you're at with your finances. This week, there are no new Venus transits. The focus is still on the lovely transit of Venus trine Mars, but Saturn moves into Aries this week, and that's a big deal. So we'll need to talk about this. On May 25th at exactly 5:33 a.m. Central European Time, Saturn enters the sign of Aries. Saturn represents responsibilities, discipline, ambition, and life lessons, whereas Aries represents individualism and our egos. Wherever Saturn is activating in your natal chart, it's time to ensure that your thoughts and intentions match your actions. It's time to show Saturn your work and that you're willing to put in the work and follow through on changes or improvements for whichever area of your chart is ruled by Aries. If it's your second house, this means getting clear on what you value and ensuring that your actions support your values, which includes spending and saving money in alignment with these personal values and goals. These next 3 years will be an important time to demonstrate that you are taking responsibility and being responsible in the area of your natal chart ruled by Aries, specific to your personhood. This is about you and who you are, and where you want to go in life, and what you want in life. This is the time to be present with the choices you're making and why you're making them, and whether you can benefit from different choices, or whether you have a good reason for your current choices and why you need to work to maintain healthy boundaries around these choices. It's important during this time period that you follow through on your intentions and goals, which can be a challenge for Aries energy. Aries energy can have the tendency to be excited and full of energy at the beginning, but it can be difficult to summon and channel energy in a productive way when challenges pop up along the way. Remember that Saturn is about hard work and lessons learned. So there is a difference between a learning moment and a hard no. Do not allow a learning moment to demotivate or distract you from your goals. This is a show your work moment that is a part of how Saturn challenges us and what it asks of us. Our goals and rewards must be earned through hard work and effort when it comes to Saturn, especially in Aries. And it's definitely worth it to achieve your important personal goals. Now I'd like to switch topics and discuss the 5 basic principles of financial literacy, which matches a Saturn theme of establishing a healthy foundation for your money. First, what is financial literacy? Financial literacy is how well you understand finances and money, like how credit cards work, how to invest, and how to protect your assets. This is a skill that anyone can learn. All it takes is some basic education effort and then putting the theory you learn into practice in a way that suits your personal values and desired lifestyle. I'll name the 5 basic principles first, and then I'll go over each one in more depth. The 5 basic principles of financial literacy are as follows. First is earning money. Second is saving and investing money. Third is spending money. Fourth is protecting your money. And fifth is borrowing money and managing your debt. These 5 principles are the basic foundation of being able to manage your money to both avoid unnecessary financial hardship and set yourself up for financial success long term. First, let's go over earning money. Your income is the foundation of your finances. Other functions of your money will not work, like saving enough money in an emergency fund or investing enough money for retirement, if you do not strive to increase your income when possible. Some people assume they are bad at budgeting, but budgeting can only take you so far. A budget may not work because you're not earning enough income. Always take advantage of opportunities to increase your income when possible. Be proactive about increasing your income. Also, always take advantage of an employer's 401k match. This means that if you contribute 3% or 6% of your annual salary to your 401k, then your company will put in an equal amount. And if you're unsure what the employer match percentage is, you can check with your company's human resources or finance department to verify. Remember that this is basically free money and is considered a part of your annual benefits package as an employee. So at minimum, contribute up to that company match. Second is saving and investing money. The first thing you should do before you begin investing in the stock market is have at least 1 month's worth of expenses saved in a high yield savings account as an emergency fund. You need to have a safety net before venturing into other areas of finance. Over time, it is important to save at least 3 months' worth of living expenses in your high yield savings account. Although strive to save more if you have something like a complex medical condition or have many people who depend on your income. So in these cases, having 6 to 9 months of living expenses saved up might be a better idea. Investing is thankfully much easier than it used to be just a decade or two ago. When you do begin research for possible investments, regardless of whether it's for your retirement account or a brokerage account, remember to look for low cost expense ratio index funds or exchange traded funds or ETFs. Low cost expense ratio means fees charged to investors to manage the index fund or ETF. So try to find options that only charge 0.03% or 0.04% whenever possible, which is really easy to pull up on a quick online search. Never accept expense ratios that are 1% or even more. This will eat away at tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout the lifetime of your hard-earned money that you should be enjoying instead. Third is spending money. Being mindful about how you spend your money is critical for obtaining financial freedom and helping mitigate money anxiety or money trauma. It is important to take care of your financial needs, like housing and food, while also ensuring that you spend money on items and activities that truly make you happy. It can be helpful to sometimes journal or otherwise note what you are spending your money on and whether you are happy or fulfilled with the purchases or activities. This helps you reflect on whether your spending habits match your personal values and helps you assess whether your personal values have changed or there may be a need to reprioritize their order of importance. Being present with how you spend your money and how you feel about spending money can realign your money and feelings into a healthier pattern before things go too awry. Fourth is protecting your money. We never really know what life plans to throw at us, so being diligent about protecting our assets and loved ones is important. For instance, having appropriate insurances are important for peace of mind, and it's important to keep these up to date. As we age, it's important to remember to look into building trusts or establishing estate plans as appropriate based on our assets and transition needs. Another important aspect of protecting your money is to conduct due diligence when selecting your banks and investment companies. For example, remember to pick a bank that can meet your banking needs and is also insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, which means that your money is protected at the bank. Also, ensure that you invest with a company that is insured by the Securities Investor Protection Corporation, or SIPC, which means that the money you have invested is protected. Fifth is better understanding how to appropriately borrow money and manage debt. It's important to be strategic about debt. Any debt needs to be viewed as leverage in helping you achieve short-term or long-term goals. Try to think about the big picture when deciding if debt is needed to help you get to the next step in life. Think about the $50,000 questions and not the $5 questions. For example, is a certain university that is $50,000 a year the only true option in your career journey, or would a less expensive university still help you achieve your career goals? Is the $70,000 car your only transportation option, or would a $30,000 car be reliable and a safe mode of transportation instead? It's usually these big money questions and decisions that make or break our finances rather than an occasional $5 latte. Another important element to learn is how to monitor your credit as well as utilize credit wisely. Remember to monitor your credit throughout the year by requesting one credit report every 4 months from the 3 main credit companies, which is free, and I've included a link to this resource in the show notes for quick reference. Your credit score is determined by several factors, one of which is not using more than 30% of your available credit at any given time. Otherwise, your score will be negatively impacted. You can also call your credit card company and ask for a credit limit increase if you need a quick boost to your score, since it increases your debt to limit ratio in your favor. In case you ever need help with your finances that go beyond basic education needs, remember to search for a reputable fiduciary or fee-only financial advisor, since they are required to make financial recommendations that benefit your specific needs and are not based on commissions or product sales. I hope this information helps you to navigate the transits and energy of this week, as well as how to be more intentional with your finances. I want to thank you so much for joining me this week on Forecasting for Success, and let you know that you can read the transcript for each podcast episode on my website, which is linked below in the show notes. I've also included the link to send me your money questions if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast at forecastingforsuccess.com/podcast. And if you're ready to get started on improving your financial literacy and developing your own personalized money plan, I encourage you to join my Forecasting for Success community, where I teach you everything you need to know about budgeting, how to choose your retirement number, how to invest in the stock market, and so much more. I go live in the community each month to check in on your progress and help answer any questions you may have. And it's a supportive community where you can also check in with other members and learn from their experiences as well. I hope you take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you next week.